Okay, you guys, so for today, I'm making some kotalks, which are kubbas in a white sauce. That's what I'm going to be doing today. So I'm going to start off by making the filling. What I have over here is ground beef. I would say about 3 pounds. 2 cups of parsley. 2 large onions that I chopped really fine. And for the spices that I'm going to be putting in there is chicken flavoring, paprika, curry powder, cayenne pepper, black pepper, and salt. And for the dough, I am using bulgur. This is number 1. This is done kotilko, sovora hira, yorakam eka. And this is semolina. This is what it looks like. So I'm going to be using these 2 for the dough with salt and water. Okay, I'm going to start off by browning the ground beef first. Once all of it is brown, then I'm going to start adding the onions, parsley, and the spices. Okay, once the beef is all brown like that, then I start adding in the onions and the spices. Here I have 1 tablespoon of the chicken flavoring, chicken bouillon, 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika, 1 tablespoon of curry powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and 1 teaspoon of black pepper. They all go in, and I'm gonna mix all this together. Okay, here's all the onions and spices mixed with the beef. Now I'm gonna cook it for another maybe 2 to 3 minutes, and then I will turn the stove off and then add the parsley at the end. Okay, here's the meat mixture. It's off the stove. I took it off. Now I'm going to add parsley, mix it. Okay, here I put the filling in a strainer so I can get all that excess water out of it. As you can see, it's coming out. I'm gonna keep it like this for a couple minutes until all that water comes out, and then I will transfer it into a flatter dish so it can cool completely, because you want the filling to be completely cold. Okay, here's the filling. I put it in a flatter dish just so it can cool faster. While this is cooling down, I'm gonna start on the dough next. Okay, so for the dough, whatever measuring tool you're using, I'm using a cup. This is 1 cup. You're gonna do equal parts of the semolina and equal parts of the bulgur, the salvar. So I did 5 cups of salvar and 5 cups of semolina. And here's 1 tablespoon of salt. I'm gonna mix all this together, and then I will get the water to add on top. Okay, next I'm gonna be adding the water. This is warm water. Mix it in. Make sure everything is mixed really well. Okay, here it is. This is what it should look like. This was 5 cups of semolina, 5 cups of bulgur, and 7 cups of warm water with 1 tablespoon of salt. Now I'm going to cover it with plastic wrap and let it rest for at least 20 to 30 minutes. Then I will start kneading the dough. Okay, you guys, here's the dough. This is what it looks like. I'm going to transfer it into a large dish like this so I can work on it and knead it until I can form it into little golf-sized balls, just like that. And I'm gonna use water to knead it. I'm gonna have water at hand. Take everything out. Okay, here's all of it that's out of the bowl. I put water, warm water, inside that same bowl. I'm gonna use it just like this and start kneading the dough until it all comes together. Okay, so I formed all the dough into balls. I'm making a lot because I'm gonna be freezing some and then I'm gonna be cooking some for today. You don't have to do this much. You can always do half the recipe and make less, or you can make the same size and freeze them like how I do, and then whenever you're ready to use them, you'll have them in the freezer. Here's my filling. Here's water at hand again, and I'll show you guys how to make one right now. Okay, so you take one of the bowls. Again, dip your hands in water and hollow out the middle. Just like that. And then fill it. Fill it with the meat mixture. Press it down and then close the top, close it up. Again, with a little bit of water on the palm of your hand, and just press it down with the other palm of your hand, just like this. Press it down until you get a perfect round shape. And that's basically it. Okay, let me do one more. Take one of the bowls, hollow out the middle. Fill it, press it down, close it up. Again, a little bit of water, and then flatten it to a perfect round shape. Just like that. And here's what they should look like. Now I'm gonna do it for the rest. Okay, here they are all done. Like I said, I'm not going to be cooking all of them today. I'm just going to be cooking this tray right here. The rest are going to go in the freezer just like this overnight. And then tomorrow I will take them and put them in Ziploc bags and store them back in the freezer. Whenever I need them, I'm just going to take them out, thaw them out for like 10 minutes and then put them in the sauce. Here's the filling that's left over. I put it in my Pyrex dish. I'm going to cover it and store it in the freezer. One of these days, I'm going to make a mahshi out of it. And time to make the sauce for this tray next. Okay, for the sauce for the tarshik kotalks, I'm going to be using a rutabaga, or also known as a wax turnip, and collard greens. These are already chopped. I'm just going to wash them, and then I'm going to peel the skin off of this and chop it into small chunks. Okay, here's the wax turnip or rutabaga cut into pieces like that. I washed the collard greens with it. Here I have some oil in a pot. I'm going to throw this in there and cook this for about 10 minutes until the rutabaga gets a little bit of a color on it. And then I will add water. Okay, now here's the rutabaga and collard greens. Next, I'm going to be adding in, it's been about 10 minutes they've been cooking. As you can see, it has gotten color on it. Next, I'm going to add water. This is about 10 cups of water. And then here I have 2 tablespoons of chicken bouillon, 2 tablespoons of citric acid because we like them really sour. You can add less if you want. 1 teaspoon of black pepper and 1 tablespoon of salt. And they all go in there. And I'm going to mix and taste. Everything is to taste. You want it more sour, add more. Less, add less. And I might add a little bit more of water to it. Okay, next I'm going to add a little bit more water, about 4 more cups of water. So altogether, I would say it's 14 cups of water. I'm going to taste it. If it needs more salt, I will add more salt. And then I will let this cook for another 10 minutes until the rutabaga is fork tender. And then I will add the kotalks in there. Okay, time to add the kotalks to the white sauce. It is boiling and the rutabaga are fork tender. There they go in. I'm going to do about 12. Okay, so I'm going to move it around just carefully all around, just so nothing is sticking to the bottom. And then I'm going to leave it to boil for another 15 to 20 minutes uncovered. Once the kotalks or the kubbas are cooked, they're going to float to the top. That's how you know they're done. Okay, here they are, all done. As you can see, they all floated to the top. And I will cut into one and show you guys how tender they are. And they are done.